Hey guys, it's me, Vinny. I'm back with another vlog, and everyone here knows that I've been following baseball for a long time. And ever since I've been here at Zennie62 Media, it's been one goal in mind too. How can we give information to the people of Oakland, California? As even though I've never been to Oakland, California, I know the people that are from there, and I know the people that represent that jurisdiction. And, this news, I can't even imagine what it feels to be someone in Oakland right now. After many years of speculation and questions about the future of the athletics in Oakland, last night, the confirmation to end all confirmations was dropped. The Oakland A's have agreed to purchase land in Las Vegas around the Strip near Allegiant Stadium and T-Mobile Arena to build a $1.5 billion stadium. It's an end of an era. It really is. On the plus side, one could say, finally, after years and years of wondering if the team was going to stay in Oakland or if they're going to move, there's finally a closer to this. The team is going to move to Las Vegas, Nevada, sometime in the near future. Their stadium is going to open in 2027. I would personally imagine that they go there beforehand. I think they'll at least stay in Oakland up until their stadium is up. Their lease is up in 2024, and they could play the minor league ballpark where the Aviators play, and then they'd probably go to the new stadium when that opens up. But what does this mean for Oakland? Oakland, California, a part of the San Francisco Bay Area, a city that has lost all of its pro teams now in a span of less than a decade. The Golden State Warriors, who represented that city for nearly 5 decades, and despite going to 5 straight NBA Finals, winning 3 of them during their time in Oakland, their final ever game at Oracle was the Game 6 loss to the Toronto Raptors in the NBA Finals, and they would move across the Bay the following year. The following season, just with rumors swirling, and of course the stadium being built in Las Vegas, the Raiders, who previously left Oakland to Los Angeles in the 80s, only to come back in the 90s, now left yet again to Las Vegas. And then there was only one that remained, the Oakland Athletics, the Oakland A's. A team that originally started in Philadelphia, much like the Warriors, went to Kansas City in the 50s and 60s, and then moved to Oakland, where they've been the last 5+ decades. And now this era is going to come to an end. By at least the 2025 year, there will no longer be any professional sports in the city of Oakland, California. As much as I want to criticize the people that run the A's organization, and don't get me wrong, I completely understand it. There have been many attempts to try to have the team stay in the Bay Area, with whether it's a stadium in the San Jose or Howard Terminal, and all these other renderings and all these other renditions that they've been trying to do. None of them worked out, and they're moving to Las Vegas. But notice how I mentioned the Raiders and the Warriors in this as well. Because with all these teams leaving, there's one common denominator in all of that, and that's the city of Oakland. The city of Oakland have now lost all of their pro teams in less than a decade. I don't think I've ever seen that before, where an entire city has lost all of their teams. Maybe like 1 or 2. That's understandable. I mean, Los Angeles lost both of their football teams in the mid-90s, but they still had, the Dodgers and the Lakers and whatnot. But to lose all your pro teams, all of them, in less than a decade, honestly, I'm impressed. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed, because that shows me just the incompetence at the top for the people in Oakland. These people literally think that, oh, we don't need pro teams to help grow a city. Well, that's not important to grow a culture. Are you kidding me? These cities are defined by their teams, and these teams are defined by their cities. I mean, are you kidding me? Rooted in Oakland. Yeah, they never were founded in Oakland, but they represented the blue-collar grit of that city compared to the San Francisco Giants, who most famously they played in 1985 in that World Series that's famous for that earthquake, and they swept them. This is a team that won 4 World Series titles, minted many others too during their history. They started Moneyball. They pioneered the MLB during their time in Oakland, California, because they were a small market and still are a small market. But now, because of everything going on with the team, they decide to increase the ticket prices despite the fact that they're building out a sub AAA team that's getting boat raced by their opponents each and every night. The attendance has dropped to like an average of 3,000, not even 10,000, 3,000 in a stadium that could hold up to like 60,000. They're only selling 3,000. And it's only going to get worse because the team is god-awful. They're going to move to Vegas in a couple years. And it's only going to get worse before it ever gets better. And this is how the era of the Oakland Athletics is going to end. This. Obviously, it's not going to be pretty, but the city of Oakland should be ashamed of themselves. And this has nothing to do with the fans of Oakland, because those fans are passionate, they're loyal, and they were with that team from the moment they came from Kansas City all those years ago. The winning helped, absolutely, but they still stuck around for the green and yellow, and I can't blame them. If they want to go support another team like the Giants or the Mariners, you go do that. The team was never they were never truly loyal to you. And honestly, neither was the city. The city did not care about what you thought. They didn't. Plain and simple. The politicians should be ashamed of themselves. The A's, to an extent, should be a little bit ashamed with how poorly run the team has been recently and how cap-struck they are and how they would never be able to afford anyone. And the fact of the matter is you're in a stadium. Yeah, Oakland Coliseum is very historic, but not in a good way. They didn't keep it up. It was decrepit. It was declining. And that's no shot towards Oakland Coliseum. It's because they never bothered to renovate it over the years outside of Mount Davis, which completely just made the whole stadium even uglier. And back then, Oakland Coliseum looked beautiful. You could see all the scenery in the mountains, but then you just see, Mount Davis with all the tarps covering potential seats as, lots and lots of games they never sell out. They've been bad. I mean, they've had years where they make the playoffs here and there, but those days are done. The A's will never make the playoffs again in Oakland. Mark my words. Especially if they're going to be there for this year and next year, they're done. They're awful this year. They're not going to get much better next year. And your last ever Oakland A's playoff appearance was the 2020 season where they lost to the Astros in the divisional round. That's the last appearance you're ever going to see the Oakland Athletics in the playoffs. Very sad end to a really nice run, too. Shakes my head, too, thinking about all this. Like I said, I'm not going to fault the people of Oakland, California. I'm not, because they supported their team through and through, the thick and thin. But the politicians involved, this is a loss on them. The fact they lost all their teams in the span of they lost the Warriors in 2019, then they lost the Raiders for 2020. Now they're going to lose the A's, less than 5, not even less than half a decade, around there. I mean, when you look at Las Vegas, they have an expansion team, the Vegas Golden Knights. They're an expanding market. The Raiders came from Oakland, and the A's are following them. So you lost 2 of your franchises to Las Vegas, a city that before 2017 never had any pro teams, and you let the basketball team, which was by far your most successful team during this time, and you let the other side of the Bay take them to San Francisco. San Jose still has the Sharks. And, also the Earthquakes for soccer. What's your best bet now? See if you can wrangle up a WNBA team. I'd like that, but I don't think they're going to do that. Because can you blame them for not thinking that way? That's the best you got? Listen, I love the WNBA. But Las Vegas has a WNBA team too, and they're looking to be one of the 2 expansion teams along with Seattle when the next time the NBA expands. Las Vegas is on the up and up. Oakland and their leadership, the fact they left all of their pro teams just go. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable situation for the people of Oakland, California. Sorry if it's just a lot. It's just, there's just a cell phone that's going. But Oakland, this is nothing against you. I want to make that very clear. Zennie is from Oakland. Zennie's cool. Everyone else that I've worked with that has ties to Oakland, you guys are awesome. You wanted to keep the team in Oakland. And I could definitely tell. And you deserve better. Oakland A's fans, you deserve better. Oakland fans of the Warriors, you deserve better. Oakland Raiders fans, you deserve better. But at least with the A's, at least with the Warriors and the Raiders, especially recently for the Warriors, they were more national brands. Unfortunately for the A's, being a much more smaller follow team, being not as popular, it was just doomed for failure. It really was. And that's all I really have to say for it. The A's are not going to have this long-lasting, I don't think they're going to really have this long-lasting impact on a lot of those people in the same way that the Raiders did or even the Warriors did. Because, especially recently, it's the way it ended. And that's not how we should look at it. We should also celebrate the fact that you guys also had the A's for 50 plus years. And that's also what makes it tough too. I mean, this isn't the A's, the days of in the past where, a team could leave. I mean, the Braves were in Boston for 70, 80 years and they moved to Milwaukee. But that just is very foreign now. The last time I can really think of with a team moving is the Browns. And even then, they still got their team back sort of with the Ravens. But the sad thing too is Oakland's not going to get another MLB team. I know that might be hard for some people to say, but it's not going to happen, guys. It's just not. There's just no way Oakland's going to get another MLB team, at least for the very near future. Not until a very, very distant future. Oakland's viewed as a city on the decline. It's viewed as a high crime rate city. That's not a shot towards the people of Oakland. It is not. But Oakland, like it or not, is not a city that MLB teams, NBA teams, NFL teams, NHL teams are even interested in. They were there for a long time. They moved on. The city is not interested in professional teams. Plain and simple. They had a nice 60-plus year run of professional teams in the area. And all good things come to an end. And Oakland should not have been in this position. But the people in charge let it happen that way. New York would never do this. Boston would never do this. But also with Oakland too, it being the little brother compared to San Francisco. And, as great as the A's were, they were never going to be as more popular than the Giants. And as great as the Raiders are, they're more like a national brand, whereas the Niners are much more closer to. And they were there longer. So, Oakland, I feel so bad for you. You deserve better. Oakland deserved better. I don't think I've ever seen a city lose all of its sports teams in just a short amount of time. This is one of the biggest disasters in this city's entire history. And in my opinion, it's one of the biggest disasters for any city in sports, period. New York would never do this. Miami would never do this. Dallas would never do this. It's over. It's over for Oakland. They're never going to get Most I can see is like a minor league team. I could see a minor league team coming in Oakland, but as for a professional team, no. I can't. I just can't see it. I think those days are gone. But I don't want there to have like no hope for optimism for the future, because this city could improve the whole bunch of stuff. I mean, you don't want to use that money for the Howard Terminal, use it for something else. Use it to help out infrastructure. Use it to lessen crime. But until then, the city of Oakland, its ties to pro sports, it was a nice 60-year run. It was. A lot of highs, a lot of lows, but a lot of innovation, and a lot of people loved what you had. Never forget those moments, guys. Those memories you will always cherish. The government may not view it that way, but they can't control what you truly think. And even if you want to stay with the A's, even if they leave to Vegas, even when they leave to Vegas, you could still follow them. No one's going to stop you. And if you want to follow a different team because you're upset with this, I'm not going to fault you either, because it's your own choice, and I can never even imagine what that feeling is like. But understand that the run, it didn't last forever, but what will last forever will be those memories you had. So Oakland, you do deserve better, but in a way, you know, if they don't want to be here, they don't have to be here. And you can easily spend your money somewhere else. And honestly, that's probably for the best. Take care, everyone. And for the people of Oakland, California, don't worry. I'm still going to be here. I am. The Raiders may not be here anymore. The Warriors may not be here anymore. And the A's won't be here for much longer. But here at Zennie62 Media, we're always going to be here looking out for you guys. We always will be. Even if I don't make a vlog at this time, we always will. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to Zennie62 Media. Bookmark Oakland News Now for more. And people of Oakland, hang in there. Don't be sad that they're going, but also be grateful that they were there for you when you needed them. But so, take care, guys. They might not be rooting in Oakland anymore, but never forget that you, yourself, will always be Oakland more than those government people will ever say they are. So, take care, guys, and stay safe, everyone. Peace out.